Okay, hello everybody. Here's a quick update on the N-Scale mini layout project and where things are at. Not a whole lot of progress in recent weeks, but I have done a few things that I'll point out. First off, I've made some plastic little walls here where I have the ends of the fence areas at the lumber facility just to protect the ends of the fence, which would easily get broken off. If there wasn't any protection there just from sleeves and hands kind of working on the side of the layout there. Also, I've removed the track bumpers on a couple of these sidings here just because there wasn't quite enough room with them in place. I'm going to go ahead and add some wheel stops eventually in those locations. One of the bigger things I had to do was to rework this tunnel portal right here. The problem I was having was the inside corner here was a little bit too close to the track, and so when some of my taller rolling stock would go through, it would clip this corner and get derailed. And so just using a file, since this is a plaster tunnel portal, I used a file to basically extend the corner of the portal a little bit to the inside there. And then I filed off also the whole inside side there and the top. So it's not perfectly smooth, but it's reasonably okay. And I had to go ahead and repaint everything. And so it looks all right. I do need to do some touch-up work on the inside still, but overall things are at least now working smoothly where I can pretty much run any rolling stock that I have and things will work out fine. Elsewhere, a few other details were added just in terms of some extra shrubs and trees and things like that, but for the most part just pretty minor things. One other project I had to do was to replace this toggle switch here on the control panel. I had apparently caused some type of internal short by applying too much heat with the soldering iron, and probably melted some of the contacts internally a little bit, and so basically it wasn't working, and so everything else seemed to be okay otherwise with it in terms of the wiring, and so I assumed it was an internal problem with the toggle switch, and so I replaced it and everything works fine now with that toggle switch. So things are fine here with the control panel. Lastly, one other project I had to do, if I can show this a little bit better here, was to add some more little clips here on the underside of the, or at least the roof of the tunnel area here on the inside of the layout. These wires were hanging down a little bit too much, and so I added a few more clips in there. These are basically just paper clips that I cut off, the U-shaped portions of and used to secure everything in place. And so I added a few more of those in there to help keep the wires pretty snug to make sure that nothing got too low. I only had one piece of rolling stock that would kind of whack one of the wires when it went by, but I wanted to make sure that those wires didn't sag more with time, as the layout aged. And so I added a few more of the wires, or a few more of the little clips in there to help hold those wires a little bit more securely and hopefully prevent any issues down the road with the rolling stock possibly clipping those wires and and yanking one of them out or something like that down the road. So anyway, again, things are pretty close to being wrapped up. I do plan to have a video in the future here before too long, wrapping things up and kind of comparing what the plan was and what I ended up doing in the final version of things, and kind of look and see how that all progressed and what problems I ran into and things I would have changed if I had to do it again and that kind of thing. And so look for that here, hopefully in the not too distant future. But anyway, that's where things stand right now. So thanks for watching. Bye.